everyone. My name is Sean. I am the Crypto Smith. I do appreciate you clicking on this video, and I know why you clicked, because I put in the title that Cypherium has been delisted from the Fednow instant payment system, and that is going to shock a lot of people. I'm not sure how many people know this yet. I only know this because I was going through their Telegram chat and I saw that earlier today, and I'm thinking, this is pretty big news. Maybe you're not into Cypherium. Maybe you didn't buy in. Maybe you thought, the red flags that have been thrown around lately are real or not. Doesn't really matter. Here is where we're at. I'm going to do this video. I'm going to tell you what I think about the red flags that were thrown out there, what's real, what's not real, what can be proven and what can't be proven, and then give you my evaluation, and then show you that indeed Cypherium is no longer listed on the Fednow Service Provider Showcase website. So you might be in shock over this. This sounds a little crazy. If you're not in Cypherium, obviously, who cares? You're probably not going to care. But if you are into it, or if you've seen my videos, and we did a breakdown over on Crypto Talk Now, the channel, I'm on there, Monday and Wednesday for a Utility Talk Now show, co-hosting. And we broke down the red flag videos that this individual did here. He's got a channel named CypheriX Superior Trading. He's a good guy. He's got a great channel. Go check him out. He puts out good, really good content. He's heavy into XRP, of course. So people want to use that and say, oh, he's an XRP maxi, so of course he's going to be threatened by Cypherium when Cypherium's taking the place of XRP or blah. Right? It's crazy. It doesn't really matter, right? And we have to deal with the Maxi'S. On all crypto projects, you have to deal with the Maxi'S who cannot see anything past the border of their own blockchain that they put their money behind. So he came out and had a whole list of red flags, and I'm only going to go through a couple of them and just kind of point out there are some things I don't agree with him with, but I do agree with the fact that he had issues with certain situations on the website and claims that were being made in the community and through Sky Gao, who's the CEO, we're assuming, of Cypherium. So just first and foremost, he's claiming the phone number was disconnected or didn't go anywhere, but that's not true. It really just went to an answering service, and you couldn't really get in touch with anybody at Cypherium, because this WeWork address that they list is kind of an address rental place where if you don't really have a physical location, you can rent a space there. And if you need a boardroom, and you can go rent space if you want to have a meeting or something in an actual physical building, they allow you to do that. It doesn't mean it's a scam. It doesn't mean it's a rug pull. It just means they just haven't listed wherever they might have an office at. Maybe for security reasons or whatever. I don't really know. That's not for me to determine. But I want to show you here real quick how I know that Cypherium is a real blockchain. It's a real business. They've been around for years, and they're not a scam. And in my opinion, didn't have plans to be a rug pull. So let's go through two things real quick. Number one is they have patents. Cypherium has applied for and received several different patents on their blockchain and how they do validator nodes or distributed and things like that. Again, more complexity that I'm not going to get into in this video. This is just to show you. These are U.S. patents. There are several of them. Yangri Gao Goy or whatever. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. I don't want to disrespect his name or him. I don't know him. But that's him. This is Sky. And this is apparently his real name. So you can see December 1st, 2022, November 29, 2022, filed October 2nd, 2019, date of patent, 2022. So there are several of these out there. The U.S. Patents Office, you can go search for yourself. They were done with Cypherium blockchain. It says right there. Okay, so that tells me, number one, that's real. Okay, that you're not faking getting U.S. patents. Number two, if you just go to like Cointelegraph, it's a crypto news channel where you can search for things or read whatever the latest news is on crypto-related items. I typed in Cypherium on the site, and these are all the things that came back. So this channel here has been putting out Cypherium content for years. And if you just go back real quick, I just wanted to see where they, is this a brand new thing? Somebody started talking about them just a few months ago, kind of leading you down that road like, oh, maybe it is a scam. Maybe they just set up real quick and they plan on, hyping up their project and then bouncing with the money. So you can go back here. Here's the last one that I see that is actually in the title. It's August 13th, 2019. Okay, this site here has been writing articles or publishing articles about Cypherium for several years. So just those two things alone let me know they didn't just pop up, a month or 2 months ago trying to hype up a project and then bounce. They're real. It's a real blockchain. You can go do the research yourself and check it out. So now I'm going to get rid of these two and go back to the video that he did. I'm not going to go through the video, but here's the issue we're having now is that after the video was done, and you can see this, it says WeWork 36th Street, New York, and here's the phone number, contact us at cypherium.io. Go over to their website now today, and let's scroll down to where that contact information is at, and you can see they've changed it. Now they put the actual address, 315 36th Street, 5th floor, New York, New York, and the zip code. And then right here they added this little memo says only business calls will be answered. I'm not sure what that's exactly supposed to mean because they don't actually answer the phone. It just goes to like a call service. So again, doesn't mean it's a scam or a rug pull. And so maybe they saw some flaws that the public was noticing and they went and fixed it. Good for them. Not that big a deal. Also, if you see in the video that was done, it says team here, right? That was one of the red flags he pointed out. The team really wasn't the team. It was just basically new business members. The photos were really kind of grainy, a little fuzzy and unprofessional. The experience of some of the people that were listed there were questionable at best. And I mean, those are legit red flags. I do not fault him for thinking like this is a little sketchy. It makes me wonder. Cypherium has put out these huge claims, and this is part of the problem. And this is part of the issue that I have with them is that they put out these huge claims that they are going to be one of the main players in the CBDC system. They are partnered, with the Fednow faster or instant payment service, which isn't true. Like they were never a partner. They were just listed as a service provider in the service provider showcase on the Fednow instant payment website. And so this individual here, CyberX Superior Trading, claimed that that website that was shown for the Fednow service provider showcase that listed Cypherium, he thought maybe that was faked and it's easy to fake and all that, but he did get that wrong. That is not faked. That I proved it on our live stream, and I actually know that they were there as of yesterday. How do I know that? Because I started this video yesterday, but then when I went to edit it, there was no sound. So I kind of screwed myself out of 30 minutes there. So today I just decided to do it over again. And then I realized before I started recording that they are no longer on the Fednow instant payment website. And I'm going to show you that here in a second. So, getting back to the team aspect, right? It says team here. If you go back to the site, they removed team from the website. So nowhere on here does it show anybody who does anything with Cypherium. Could definitely be a red flag. It could be a red flag the fact that they took it off after it was noticed that people had questions about it. They didn't update anything. There's no executives listed on here. Again, doesn't mean it's a scam. To me, this means it's an unprofessional website. They kind of do things a little, let's just call it half-assed. And maybe they don't have a blockchain developer or a website developer who dedicates their time to, making these things all nice and pretty. They also had an issue with this, this front page here saying that this has been used on other websites, which I think it has. I think I remember this from other websites, but this is not uncommon. In the professional space, somebody used a template and they made their own website. The website itself doesn't look that bad. They've got a lot of good content on here, but one of those other red flags was the fact, actually, this one wasn't pointed out by CyberX Trading. This was my own observation that all of the news, all of the articles they have, all the updates are all old. They're all at least 2 to 3 years old. There's no new information on here. That is a little concerning. This is a company and a blockchain that's going to revolutionize the CBDC industry and the interoperability, and going to be and it's going to move all the money for the Fednow system. That's what they're claiming, right? And those are the kind of overhyped things that I don't care for, and that turns people off, and it actually makes people go and do more digging and more research to find out why are these guys hyping their project so bad, right? Why are they out there every day? Sky, who's supposedly the CEO of Cypherium, right, who has made all these huge claims, he's on Twitter every single day pumping Cypherium and kind of putting down XRP, and the community members are kind of the same. They're all Maxi'S, and they all want to say something bad about XRP, which they obviously see as a competitor, trying to get people to dump their XRP and load up on Cypherium. So, I mean, I get it. You want to try to talk up your favorite crypto project. That makes sense to me. But being a Maxi and putting out outlandish claims, like some are claiming Cypherium is going to be the next world reserve currency, which is utterly ridiculous, and that's never going to happen. For somebody to even put that out there lets me know that they've literally done zero research on how that process would even work. So let's get back to the information at hand. So that's all I'm going to cover on the website. There were some red flags. I do understand why this guy here, CypherX Superior Trading, why he had red flags. Totally understand it. Totally respect it. There were a couple of things I think that maybe was a stretch for me personally, and the fact that the Fednow service did have Cypherium listed on there as of yesterday. And I even showed that through one of our live streams that I had with Max and kind of walked you through that. He claimed that if you go onto the Fednow service here website, you can't find them, right? And of course, if they've been delisted, you can't find them, right? So the search, no search results. Okay, Tacit, which is a blockchain company that also does instant payments and settlement, we know is a real company and is really listed on the Showcase marketplace or service provider for Fednow. It's not on here either. Why is that? Well, let's go back to the main site and go to Fednow service. And you can go here to Fednow Explorer. It says off-site, right? You couldn't find it on this site because it's on a different website that is not connected to the Federal Reserve website. Why? Because the Federal Reserve is not going to come out and say, hey, we're going to partner with this specific company or blockchain, right? When there's a token attached to those things. And obviously, what would happen if the Federal Reserve came out tomorrow and said, hey, we're going to partner with Cypherium, and they're going to be moving all the money across their blockchain. They're a great company, great tech and all that kind of stuff. What do you think would happen? Right? Obviously, Cypherium would go through the roof. People would be running over each other to try to get to it. Right? They're not going to do that. They're not going to put themselves in a position to be attached, as a partner to any one company. So what Fednow did is they created this showcase of service providers, and we can click here, and now we're here. Right? This is it. Visit Service Provider Showcase. And here's the showcase. Here are 102 companies that that applied, that had what it took, right? They had the qualifications. They applied to the Fednow system, and Fednow elected them to be on this showcase website of service providers. Now, a lot of these service providers do similar things. What this was intended to do was to give the Fednow customers, businesses, other financial institutions out there, they gave their customers choices on which product they want to use, which company they want to utilize for instant payments or payroll services or whatever it is they're looking for through the Fednow system. That allows them to go through here, look at these companies, and then decide who they want to work with. And now this, I will say, this said 103 yesterday. Now it says 102. Why? Because Cypherium is now missing. Now, unfortunately, if you go to the Telegram group, the people in the community, and I get it, they're upset, right? They're a little confused as to what's going on, and I'm not going to tell you I know why they were delisted. I don't know why. I do know why. I do know that it is a reality that they're no longer on here, but they're going to say, crazy things like, oh, well, the Fed, they didn't want people to know that they were working with Cypherium, so they took them off, so it'd be secret, and crazy things like that. I'm sure there's a legitimate answer as to why they're no longer on there. I don't know what that is. I'm not saying it's because they're bad or they're good or indifferent. I have no idea, so I'm not going to speculate. So if you go here and you just go, right, I haven't selected anything here. This is just a general list of all 102 now service providers. Let's sort by organization A to Z, right, so we can find it very easily. We can go to the C's, all right? Here we're in B's, and we're in the C's, and Cypherium, obviously CY, so it's going to be near the end. And here's D, here's CS, here's Cross River Bank, here is CSI, no Cypherium. And I've gone through I've gone through every page here before I started the video. They are no longer listed on here. Also, they said that they were a partner on the the Fednow, what was it? The instant. Oh, here it is. The Faster Payments Council, the U.S. Faster Payments Council. But nowhere in here is there anybody from Cypherium. Cypherium is not listed. You can't search for them. I don't recall. I didn't specifically look up whether they were here before because that wasn't really an issue for me. But if you go through here on all of the members that are working here and board of directors and all that kind of stuff, I don't see Cypherium anywhere. What I do see, though, is here's on the Faster Payments Council Board Advisory Group, all different, people from all different companies, all different walks of life here. I see Pat Thelen from Ripple, right? There's Ripple, and then James Selleck, also from Ripple, and he's on the a working group for them. So I notice Ripple's on there. That doesn't mean they're using XRP, and just because Ripple may have some sort of connection to the Fednow instant payment system, it doesn't mean that they're going to use XRP for that either. So I'm not here trying to say, Cypherium's out and XRP is in, because I don't think XRP is going to be used for the Fednow system. I might be wrong. It's just my opinion. So now I know we're going through kind of a lot of information here, and this might be a little confusing and concerning to you if you're a holder of Cypherium, and you're probably seeing the prices not doing that well since the FUD came out, but they aren't on here. They're gone. They're delisted. We don't know why. I don't know if we'll ever know why. I don't think Federal Reserve is going to come out and post an article as to why they delisted Cypherium. Perhaps somebody said, "Hey, look into this company. I don't know, if they're legit or not, or maybe you need to do more research." And maybe they do more research and they put them back on here, as a service provider or as in the showcase of the service providers, right? And so that means they could be chosen by some different businesses or financial institutions to utilize their faster payments network and blockchain to use. But in no way was the Fednow system going to just be using Cypherium, as a lot of people out there in the community want to claim, right? They were just one of the options that was available, just like a lot of other companies out there that also have faster payment systems. Tacit was one of them that I told you, and we'll go here, products or organizations Z to A, and let's go find Tacit. Nope, maybe go back. Let's find the Tacit. Tacit is a company, a real company. Tacit Pay right here. Tacit Pay, it also does faster payments, and they have no token on there. They are a blockchain, but they don't have a token that you can go invest in. And so this is a company you could also choose to move your money through the Fednow system. So hopefully you guys understand how this system works, and you're not part of that overhyped group that thinks just because your company was listed on this service provider showcase that they were going to be moving all the money for the Federal Reserve. That was never the case at all. That's really the biggest issue I had with Cypherium and their community, was the crazy ideas that they had and what they're trying to tell people what's going to happen. So unfortunately, this is going to knock them down a peg. I'm a holder in Cypherium as well, so this doesn't do me any good. And I'm certainly not fudding the project. I already showed you why I thought it was real and didn't think it was a scam or a rug pull, but this is what we have to work with now. So Twitter, if we go to Sky, now he hasn't really been on Twitter lately, and I'm sure I know why, because there's some questions to answer as to why they're not on the Fednow system anymore, but he probably doesn't know. I doubt he got a letter or a message or a phone call saying, "Hey, we're going to delist you." They're just not on there anymore. So I'm sure there'll be some answers in the future, and if it's really important, I'll do a video on that and answer some more questions. If you guys have any questions for me, just leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about it. And again, I'm not here to FUD anybody's bag. I also have a bag of Cypherium. I'm not here to put any project down. They do have some shortcomings, right? Their website wasn't very professional. Sky, the way he addresses Twitter and social media, is not very professional. There's a few other things, but that doesn't really matter. I still thought it was worthwhile enough of a project to throw some money into and see what happens. So, it's just a roll of the dice, and this is where we're at, people. So don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. If you like content like this, like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. Give me a thumbs up, maybe click on that bell notification. That's going to let you know whenever I have another video coming out. Having said all of that stuff, which is probably not going to be very popular with some people out there, I will see you guys next time.